Hello friends, this is Akshay Kadam, educator at Khan Study Group. You are listening to me on the platform of KG Podcast. And on this platform of KG Podcast, guys, today we are going to discuss the topic of nepotism. So nepotism that is getting debated in mainstream media is actually one of the important issue in civil services ethics. So guys, nepotism actually comes under the umbrella term of impartiality. So under impartiality, one of the important civil service values, there are four narrower terms. Those are your favoritism, patronage, cronyism, and nepotism. Now guys, impartiality. Why it is important? What is the reasoning that as a civil servant, one should be impartial? Is that guys, as a civil servant, you don't work on the resources you have privately owned or the money that is yours. You, as a civil servant, you utilize the resources and money that taxpayer paid. So you should be using them only for public welfare and not for your friends, family, relative, and other people. So, guys, impartiality is very important civil service value, and you have to maintain the image of impartiality to ensure that integrity of your profession, and you are a civil servant to maintain honesty and dignity, integrity and probity of your profession. So, guys, under impartiality, I told you the first term is favoritism, which is the broadest of all, which means favoring a person not because of he or she is doing the best job, but rather because of some extraneous feature like membership to in a favored group or on basis of your likes and dislike towards some group or so on. So if you favor a person not on basis of merit or competence, okay, but on basis of caste, class, religion he belongs to, state, and so on, or any other such a criteria, then you are doing a favoritism. So while getting involved in awarding a process of awarding contracts or awarding any awards or any other selection process, instead of using any objective, well-defined criteria, instead of your principle of meritocracy, if you use any other subjective criteria, then you are doing favoritism. A related term is patronage, where and in a civil services, as a public servant, if one misuses his power, okay, to help the person who got him elected, who got him appointed, and so on, then it is a patronage. So it's like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, is kind of a patronage where payback is involved. Then further narrow term is cronyism, which occurs within network of insiders, the good old boys. So you must have heard about the term that it's not what you know, but who you know. Okay. So whenever these connections work, okay, among the friend circle, among some associates, and so on, then that's cronyism, helping or favoring the connected friends and so on. So this super lobby that is getting criticized in the Bollywood, like few producers, the directors, actors who work in a lobby to decide which movie get financer, which movie gets what do you call gets released and not which movies get awards and so on. Then that is what we call cronyism. Okay, and you must also heard about the term crony capitalism in economic sense. And the last term, the narrowest term, is nepotism, which is derived from an Italian term nephew, which covers favoritism to the members of the family. Okay, so it is the narrowest term involving members of the family. Now, sociological analysis indicates that social bonds and kinship play an important role in nepotism, and it is a form of corruption, obviously, because you are misusing the powers as a civil servant. Okay, if someone is misusing those powers to help the uh, family member, then obviously it is a kind of corruption, misuse of public resources. And in India, this is major issue because kinship ties and caste and parochial loyalties get precedence in public servants' mind. So first obligation of the modern administrator is to his family members, followed by close kin, lineage, or ethnic group, and so on. Okay, so in India, this nepotism is very strongly rooted because India works on the principle of social reproduction, where businessman son become businessman, your artist son become artist, and so on. Civil servant in a family, you have lines of civil servants. Okay, so this is what Indian society structure is based on principle of social reproduction. Now there was one socio-psychologist, JBP Sinha, who did research on nepotism, and he found that nepotism is form of corruption which is integral part of Indian society. He went on saying that it is so much integral an acceptable form of corruption in Indian society that it is not even considered as corruption, but is considered as family duty. So suppose some XYZ person becomes civil servant and he has elder brother or younger brother who don't have good job, not a good career or track record and so on. Then it is expected by his parents, family members that he should use his powers, connections to get him settled in a life. And if that XYZ civil servant misuses his power to get his brother or sister settled in his job or in life, then rather society, instead of viewing it as a form of corruption, views it as a kind of a role model. That see that XYZ civil servant, he himself become IAS and even help his family get settled and so on, how great he is. Okay, so in society, nepotism is not viewed in a very strong negative manner. It is considered as a rather family duty. Now, guys, one of the argument that is used in support of a nepotism is that it has genetic disposition involved, it has genetic inheritance involved. That businessman's son automatically becomes good businessman. He has those genetic genes in him. Artist son become good artist. Okay, but to counter this view, there is another argument that genetics haven't found a single gene that transmit excellence. Entrepreneurial abilities, sportsmanship, or your artistic abilities are not like blood group and skin color get transmitted through genes. These are qualities that you acquire through social conditioning. Okay, now the next issue is, before concluding, we will debate is what are the pros and cons of nepotism or problems with the nepotism. So guys, major problem with nepotism is that of competence. Of a where of issue of competence is that you are awarding contracts or services. If someone is awarding that on a basis not on merit, then the quality of service that gets offered gets compromised. Okay, people's faith in the public services or delivery of the services gets compromised. People's faith in the governance get weakened, and also your image as a professional civil servant get hampered. Your integrity, dignity, probity in the civil services get compromised. Okay, so and also the last issue with nepotism is it's a moral issue, because if meritocracy principle gets compromised and some person who has potentialities and don't get chance to express them, it's itself unethical thing to do. Okay, now guys, how we deal with this nepotism as a civil servant, how you can be an impartial civil servant. So for that there are two important qualities that you should imbibe. One is national outlook. In civil services you should be having a national outlook, that is you should be viewing the society across caste class lines. Beyond that you should be going, you should view yourself as a Indian civil servant and all people as Indian citizen. If you shouldn't be judging people on the basis of caste, class, region and so on, means having a national outlook. And second associated quality is tolerance. You should be having tolerant view towards different caste, class, religion, food habits, cultural patterns and so on. So when you respect all diversity of India and have a national outlook, you will automatically be impartial civil servant on job. So that's all for on nepotism, guys. Thanks for listening.